Today's session, welcome to Sufi Wars. Today's session will start with stress management. Okay, so basically, let us first look at what stress is. In general, stress is an defense mechanism. Everyone has got, uh, everyone is blessed with this defense mechanism. Whenever we are in a stressful situation, our body responds either with fight or fly hormone. Okay, so fight means like when we prepare to defend ourselves. Flight means when we want to escape, we want to move from that place, and it is a general defense mechanism which everyone has. But the problem here is when it goes beyond management, beyond restriction, or when we excessively get into stress, that will cause a problem. Okay, so let us first understand what exactly happens when we are in a stressful situation. Now, try to recollect when you suddenly came across a danger. So what happens? Your heartbeat increases. Okay, we react violently. So this is a natural phenomenon which everyone undergoes or everyone goes through. Okay, now inside our body, what happens is just at the base of our brain, we have hypothalamus and amygdala. So amygdala is a natural response whenever we are in a stressful situation. It tells the body, or it prepares the body by releasing two hormones. One is adrenaline and other one is cortisol. Adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline is released by a gland just above or atop of kidney, and this adrenaline when increased in the blood, and it increases the heartbeat. Okay, it prepares the person to fight the situation when in general situations. Another hormone is cortisol. Cortisol induces or increases more of sugar, glucose levels. These two are a very general tendency. It happens in everyone's body, within the body. To tackle one stressful situation, that is good. But whenever someone is stressed always, then what happens? The body starts producing more adrenaline hormone, more cortisol hormone, and these hormones get into the bloodstream. So when you are stressed all the time, what happens? It will have a negative impact on your body. So that's where we need to learn, we need to understand how to manage our stress. Okay, in today's session, we'll be getting along with stress management. We'll be looking at stress definitions. We'll be discussing stress types, causes and effects of stress, stresses, something which causes stress, or the root things that cause stress, symptoms of stress. How can we understand that we are undergoing stress? Managing stress. So what can be done? What can be done to manage stress? So let us get started with today's session. Okay, as I told you, stress is a very common phenomenon. Overreaction of stress may land you in trouble. So always we need to check, we need to keep in we need to ensure that we are keeping our stress levels low. Okay, so let's first look in stress definition. Now Lazarus and Folkman describe stress as thus. Okay, it arises in any event or situation where one is under threat. Okay, so it arises means it's not a common phenomenon. It needs to have a stimulation. It needs to have something to happen. Okay, where it to happen in individual's environment. So which is perceived. Perceived means which is understood. The person has an idea that this is going to cause a danger. Then what happens? It becomes a threatful situation. Threatful to what? Threat to the health of the person. Okay, so let us see a lower end or a little brief definition of stress. Okay, so where does stress takes place? It takes place in our body, and it can be mental stress, something that can make you nervous, feel, make you anxiety in your mind. Okay, when does it cause an anxiety? When we have challenges or threats. So we can define stress as the reaction of the body and the mind when faced with challenges or threats. Okay, or in order to make it more clear, stress is anything that pushes away from equilibrium. Equilibrium in the sense when you are in a normal life, when you are happy, then everything is good. The problem arises when you are disturbed. Okay, so which can take you away or which can push you from the comfort zone. Let it be physical, emotional, or social, or spiritual. Okay, so stress is something that takes you a bit out of track from your day-to-day life. Okay, now when we talk about stress, generally we picturize stress as always a negative thing. Okay, so do you think stress is always negative? Stress may not be always negative. Actually, when we talk about stress, there are two types of stress: eustress, distress. Eustress is the positive stress, and distress, as the name itself suggests, it is something that causes you a problem. Now, you may be wondering why we need to have eustress or distress. Now, eustress, stress always may not be a negative thing. Like, if there is no challenge in our life, do you think life will be worth living? No. Challenges will add us, will challenges will make us go ahead in life. They act as stimulators. Okay, if there is no challenge in our life, then there will not be any worth living it. So positive stress gives you a motivation. It motivates you. Okay, think about all the world records that people have achieved till now. If they never had a thought to break that old record, it would have been easy for them? No. Again, it is the positive stress that had helped them to break the old records. Okay, so challenge, it is a challenge, it is something new, something essential to achieve in order to make the life more worthy. So that burning spirit, that lively spirit should always be there. As Henselby defines it, it is the spice of life. Okay, it adds fire to our life. It triggers our ambitions. It makes us more motivated. Okay, so don't think that when we talk about stress, stress should be always negative. Stress is part of our life. We need to have this positive stress. Then only you can achieve something big in our life. Okay, so when we talk about distress, so this is a negative stress, and definitely you need to be cautious. You need to take care of. Okay, and especially why does it arise? When we are not able to balance our demands and abilities. When one goes beyond his capacity, then he will find it difficult to reach or meet his goals. And when he is not able to meet his goals, what happens? So there will be pressure. and the moment you have pressure, it leads to stress, and this is a negative stress, means this is going to affect your health, and this is not good for us. So next thing is there anyone without this stress at all? No, stress is there in our life. We have stress in our lives. It may not be at a higher level, but definitely you will have it as either minor, some or the other form of stress definitely will be there. Now, if let us take an example, someone has started a company and he want to progress in his company. Now, starting a company is a good thing, but getting the company into a running stage is a challenge. So, which type of stress he will face here? Since he has the passion, he enjoys it, he has juice, he has you stress. Okay, so we enjoy or we have stress in our lives in less in little or more elements. Right. Now, stress is unavoidable. You need to have stress, since it is a positive or negative, will come across this stress one or the other levels. Now, stress can be, if it is too less, little stress, then will not show any interest in doing the things. And too much stress will burn out, means will create a problem. You will not be able to focus, you will not be able to get along the things on a longer duration. So you need to balance your stress levels. You need to see that it is not too low, it is not too high. Means you need to have an optimum balance of stress levels. Never too high, never too low. Okay. So with right stress levels, okay, you will be able to adapt yourself to any situation. Means you should not be too exaggerated, or you should not be too energy levels, low energy levels. So you need to learn to draw a line between high and low energy levels. Okay, so stress levels you need to always keep an eye on. Now, causes of stress. What causes stress? Now, if someone is undergoing a stress, there should be a reason behind it. Okay, if life is going in a normal way, then we don't have stress at all in our life. Now, what are the things that cause stress? Let us first look at those things. First one is obviously everyone without any, no one can escape from this: financial problems, economical issues, money matters. These are the basic things or the most stressful things in our life. Everyone runs the back of money, but money is a difficult thing to catch up. So financial problems is one thing. Parenting, with the grown resources, parenting has become really a very big challenge nowadays. It's very difficult to bring up children nowadays. Parents' expectations will be very high, and there's a big gap between parents and children. Sometimes parents don't understand children, or grown-ups are not ready to listen to parents. So parenting is another problematic area. And most of our lifetime we spend working in our office. We come across different mentalities, we come across different set of people. Okay, so this also causes environmental stress. The way you behave, the way you move around with people, the way people treat you, okay, this also becomes a source of stress. So work related stress. Then with the economical resources increasing, sometimes people also land up with personal relationships. Okay, so these are few causes of stress. Okay, this or there may be more to the list, but I have just picked up few. Now let us look at stressor. So what is a stressor? Stressor is the thing which causes a stress. Now stress will not happen on its own. Okay, stress will not happen on its own. There should be some reason behind it. Right. Now, for example, if someone is traveling in a very noisy environment, okay, what happens when there is a lot of pollution and noise? The person starts developing headache. Right. Now, the symptom here is headache. So, what causes stress? The pollution or noise uh, in the traffic jam causes stress. Okay, so what is the stressor here? The noise or the traffic jam through which the person has traveled becomes the stressor. So we need to understand what is causing stress. Okay, now this stresses may be at spiritual level. Okay, they may be at personal level, or they may be environmental stresses. Now let us look at this stresses one by one. What may cause a stress at spiritual level, personal level, and environment level? Now, first thing is when we talk about spiritual stress. So the moment we need not say the moment we say spiritual, we first connect it to God or godly matters, religious lives. Now, what may cause spiritual stress is sinful lifestyle. Sinful lifestyle in the sense, someone who is very far away from religious places. Like, for example, if someone doesn't go for prayers, if someone is very far away from prayers, he spends most of the time consuming alcohol. Okay, so living life in a luxurious way without any second thought of afterlife. Okay, so not worried about others, not bothered about others, giving pain to others, teasing people, this and all, teasing people, ill-treating people, humiliating people. These are all sick or sinful lifestyle. Okay, so this may cause a spiritual stress. Now, when someone is young, always people have a thought like he's going to live for a lifetime. Okay, his luster, his life, or his youth spirit will be there throughout his life. But in reality, is it so? No. Whoever is young today has to be old on one or the other day. So what happens when he becomes old? Whatever the misdeeds, whatever the evil deeds he had done when he was young, this will haunt him. This will not make him stay calm. Okay, so spiritual stresses, sinful lifestyle may be one of the spiritual stress, right? And other one is wrong perceptions. Wrong perceptions in the sense, today someone is young. So when you are young, we think that will be young throughout our life. But it is not so. Someone who has passed the childhood stage need to pass his adult stage, and one or the other time he will reach old age, and after that he has to die. So wrong perceptions, misconceptions about religion, this may be another cause of spiritual stress. Okay, poor devotion. I am very young, why should I go to temple, or why should I go to mosque now, why should I go to church now? When I'm old, I'll think about it. So this thought process pushes you away from devotion. Okay, so lack of devotion may cause stress. Let us look at personal stress. Okay, family problems. Okay, so there may be financial problems within the family. There may be some minor adjustments which may cause sometimes disturbance in your uh, body, or it may become a stressor. Financial problems, money matters, marriage. Okay, so marriage is a bonding between two different people. So two different people who are in two completely opposite directions, opposite environments. So your expectations sometimes may not match with the expectations of your spouse. Obviously it will not match because the environment you were brought in and the environment she was brought in are completely different. Okay, so sometimes it may lead to stress. Okay, now the major problem arises when a husband tries to control the wife, or wife tries to control the husband. So there's nothing, they should not be more of controlling part, they should be more of understanding each other. When both of them understand, when both of them come to an equilibrium, come to sit down and settle the things, then there is a possibility that we can easily tackle marriage related stress. Main drawback with marriage related stress is uh, ego. When people take up an ego stand, no, I am husband, why should I bow down? No, no, I am his wife, why should I put my hand down? No, that causes a major problem. And when someone in your family, in a family, or in our close family associates passes away, that also may become a cause of stress. Okay, so that also may result in stress sometimes. Okay, so this are few personal stress. Next, chronic illness. God forbidden, it may not, it should not happen to anyone. Let us say, for example, or for instance, someone is diagnosed with cancer. Okay, and doctor says he will live only for few months. So it's a chronic illness. So when suddenly someone comes to know that he's not going to survive for a longer duration, then that also may lead a chronic. That also may become a reason for personal stress. Okay, so these are few stresses related to personal. Let us look at environmental stress. Okay, working environment. So who will be there in the working environment? Obviously your colleagues, okay, your subordinates, your higher authorities. You need to work in an environment where social equilibrium sometimes may not be possible, and definitely there will be issues, because when you work in an environment where there are chances of ego clashes. Okay, as you try to control your subordinates, your higher authority will try to control you, so definitely there will be clashes, and that clashes sometimes will become stresses. We need to handle it, we need to handle the situation. One piece of advice which I would like to give here is, the way you didn't like your higher authorities to treat you, okay, you should not also treat the same way your subordinates. Something which you couldn't digest from your higher authorities, how can you expect your subordinates to digest that? So healthy environment is always needed for the growth of an organization. When people are happy, then they give, they work in an optimum level, productivity will increase. Okay, so sometimes working environment also causes stress. Yeah, traveling. So when we travel longer distances, so obviously we get exhausted, maybe because of the noise or because of the uncomfort, uh, traveling patterns sometimes will be stressed. That also is one of environment related stress. Yeah, unrealistic goals. Okay, so whenever you set a goal, it should be realistic. Okay, always cross check. I want to do this. Do I have sufficient resources to achieve it? I have set this time frame. Will I be able to do this in this time frame? Do I have the required skill set to do it? Setting a goal is easy, but at the same time, achieving the goal is also more important. So, always set a realistic goals. Okay. Uh, yeah, this is the one biggest drawback. We often get into an obligation. Like if boss calls you and tells you like today you have to complete this file or complete this task, then only you can go home. Maybe on the other hand, the person may be suffering from fever, or like let us say fever which is not visible. Maybe the boss doesn't know that you have a fever. You may look dull, but the work may be important, and he may tell you to do the work. So we should know the art of saying no. Okay, so if you don't cultivate the art of saying no and you burden yourself with lot of work, then what happens? Everything piles up. Okay, so when you are not able to complete in time, you have a feeling like you will lose your credibility, and no one wants to lose their credibility. So that also may give rise to environmental stress. Here, environmental is excessive work. So when you have a very clear idea, already I have this much work, and I cannot do beyond this work. So always cultivate the habit of saying no. Again, it is a quality of. It's again a question of quality also. Okay, so wherever possible, don't take the work beyond your work, beyond your capacity. Okay, symptoms of stress. Now, till here we have discussed about what stress is. Okay, different types of stress. Then we had talked about stresses. We talked about spiritual. We talked about personal. We talked about environmental stresses. Now, how does uh, how do we understand that we are undergoing stress? Symptoms or signs which our body gives us, telling us, reminding us that you are overburdening me. It's a call of the body. Body is again and again reminding you, you're you're trying to take too much effort from me. This may too much work from me. This may cause a problem in the long run. So symptoms of stress, fatigue. Fatigue is low energy, very low energy. Okay, so whenever you feel like dull, low energetic, it's a sign that body is telling I'm exhausted. You're stressing me. You're trying to take a lot of work from me. Headaches. Headaches are a very common symptom of stress. Sometimes if it is at too higher level, then body aches, pains. So your sleeping circle will be disturbed. Difficulty in sleeping. You will not be able to focus and sleep. Then muscle aches, stiffness in muscles, means muscles will become hard, so they sometimes become sensitive. And if it is too stressful situation, nausea is vomiting, like you get an urge of vomiting things. So these are all signs, these are all symptoms of stress. These are all the ways the body is trying to tell you that you're trying to burn me out, you're giving me more work than that I can handle. So whenever you come across these symptoms or signs, relax your body, relax, and try to find out the stressor, whether it is related with spiritual, personal, or environment. And once you start working on that, then you'll be able to handle your stress levels. Okay, now let us come to the beautiful part of stress. Till here we had looked at what stress is, different types of stress, how to fight back, how to see that we are reducing the impact of stress. So I sum it up with 4 A's. So first A is avoid the stressor. First find out what is causing you the stress. What is the root cause of the stress? This is very important. Okay, identify the stress. Why are you getting stressed? What is making you get into a stressful situation? Identify the stress. Okay, now avoid the stressor. How to avoid it? Like just now I told you, if work is stressing you too much, then learn, master the art of saying no. Okay, now if you are in a working environment and you don't go get along with a colleague, okay, so often he tries to you somehow don't get along with him or her. So the best part is to try to avoid interacting with that person. Don't wherever as far as possible, try to make the conversation short. Okay, so don't get in when you get into a conversation, when you interact more, then the scope of increasing stress increases. So try to avoid such situations. Okay, like if someone is getting stressed because of traffic, take other alternative for that, where traveling time is reduced and the impact of stress also gets reduced. So you can, by avoiding the stressor, you can stay healthy, you can be away from stressful situation. Alter the stressor. Okay, alter the stressor means think of alternatives. Think of alternatives. Okay, and the third one is adapt to the stress. Adapt to the stress. Sometimes the stress itself is inevitable. The stress in itself is inevitable. You can't escape from it. So when you can't escape from it, then we have to face it. The next thing that arises in our mind is, how many days do I need to do it, or how many weeks I need to do it? Is it a short term one or is it a long term one? If it is a short term one and you know that you don't have an alternative, okay, then there's no other way out for us. We need to fight it out. Like, to make things a little bit clear, let us take an example. In one company, two people handle the accounts section. Okay, two people handle the accounts section. It's a big company, let us say, and they have a lot of work to handle. Suddenly, one accountant or your colleague who takes care of accounts, okay, is sick. Is sick and he will not be there in the office for the next 2 weeks. So what happens? From the very next day, stress will increase. Why stress will increase? Because the workload will increase. Earlier, two people used to handle the work. Now the work of two people has to be tackled, has to be done by one person. Now here we need to adopt. We need to tell ourselves, on the other days, my colleague used to help me out. Today he is sick, and it is a matter of just 2 weeks. So I will somehow manage. So adapt to the stressor. Okay. Next, accept the stressor. Now, it is like, it will not be always a win-win situation. Let us take, you took up a big project. In the beginning of the project, you were very confident that you will be able to accomplish. You will definitely complete the project in time. But things will not work out as we expect. Sometimes we have to swim opposite the stream. Things may not turn out as we expect. Okay, so you would have given your best, but still it didn't work out. It was not your fault. We need to accept the truth here. Don't burden yourself, don't make yourself guilty, don't feel bad about it. Just have an assessment. I have done my best. Whatever I could do, I have done. The other part was not in my hands and it is not my mistake. So accept the stress. So if you focus on this four different ways, any form of stress that you may come across, let it be spiritual, let it be personal, let it be environment, it will definitely fall in either of those four categories. Either you can avoid it or you can change it, or you, if it is unavoidable, you cannot alter it, you cannot change it, then you have to adopt it. And still if it is not possible, that is the ground reality, and we cannot go against, we cannot swim against the flow. So accept the facts and get along with life. Okay, so let us, that brings us to stress management. So one best way to manage stress is self-reflection. Self-reflection in the sense, here we are talking about our strengths and weaknesses. You might have heard about SWOT technique. SWOT. S means strengths, W means weaknesses, O means opportunities, T means threats. Always make an introspection, self-reflection. What are my strengths? Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your opportunities, know your threats. When you have a thorough understanding, then it will be easy for you to understand your stress also. Next, identify the stressors. This is a very important one. If you are undergoing stress, there should be something that is causing the stress. Okay, so identify what is causing you stress. Okay, once you understand the root cause of the stress, then to tackle the stress is not a big deal. Okay, next, be optimistic. Optimistic in the sense, always look at the positive side of the problem. Always look at the positive side of the problem. Everyone complains about a problem. There are many people to talk about a problem. No, we don't want people who talk about problem. We want people who talk about possible solutions. If you want to grow, if you want to flourish in an organization, okay, you need to be optimistic. Okay, so be always hopeful, be always confident. Yes, whatever may be the challenging situations, we are going to face it, we are going to achieve it, and that should be the spirit. Seek support. Okay, so it is not at all bad to seek support or ask help for. Obviously, however intelligent, however motivated, however talented you are, you cannot do all the things under the sky. Is it possible? No. Or let me put it from the other side. As a team, you can do the work in a better way. When few highly talented heads set on one project, then that project will definitely turn out to be a highly successful one. There is nothing wrong in seeking help. Okay, so if you have any such inhibitions, drop those inhibitions, be open, help others, and if you need it, seek, ask for help. Okay, and time bound planning. Here, when I say time bound planning, let us say you have taken a project. The project needs 40 hours to be completed, but you said to the client you will complete the work in 10 hours. Now what happens? How much difference is there? there is a gap of more than 30 hours. Now you tell me, is it possible the work which requires 40 hours of committed work, can it be completed in 10 hours? It's not possible. Means you have to run pillar to post. You need to struggle. And when you struggle, that will become a reason for stress. So if the work that you are undertaking needs 40 hours, okay, say 40 hours, if not 40, say at least 42 or 43 hours or 45 hours. If you are completing it before the time, your credibility, your productivity will increase. And if you take more time than what you have promised, then you will lose both your credibility and it becomes a root cause of stress again. So next, be creative. Don't complain. Be creative. Try to solve the things in different ways. Don't burden your mind and soul. Give your mind a free hand. Let it think. When you like positive stress, yes. Here I'm talking about positive stress. Okay. Motivate yourself. Tell yourself that I will be able to do this, and definitely you will see miracles happen. It is first in your mind that it should happen. If you have a strong thought, if you hold it strongly, then definitely it will materialize. No one can stop you. Okay, next, stay close to nature. So, stay close to nature. So, what does it mean? Nature has got a healing power. Recollect a day when you are very much tired. You go out, and especially when you sit near a seashore, okay, or when you spend some time in a green environment. This will this will give you more energy. Nature has that power. Nature has that power to cure. Okay, so stay close to nature. Mother Nature gives us the energy. Okay, stay confident. Stay close to nature whenever you have time. Okay, and the next one is you are unique. You are unique. No one in the world is as similar or as close to you. You are one and the only one masterpiece in this world. No one can take your place. Okay, no one can take your place. You are the one. You are the only one in this world. Okay. So other aspect of this is never compare yourself with others. Never compare yourself with others. The qualities that you excel may not, it's not necessary that everyone should have. One may be good at writing skills, one may be good at reading skills, and one may be good at both reading and writing. Okay, so whatever skills you have, you excel in that. You focus on that. You never get into an environment comparing with others. Okay, so you are unique. You are the only one, and definitely you will be able to do a better. Yeah. Now, yoga and meditation. So what happens in yoga? Yoga isn't it bridges the three things. Yoga, the word Sanskrit word yoga means it bridges your body, soul, and spirituality. It brings in all those three in equilibrium. Meditation, what does meditation do? It will calm down your senses. Meditation calm downs your senses. It makes you calm. It makes you relaxes. So whenever you are stressed, okay, just close your eyes and have a let go spirit. Don't think of anything else. Just give a free hand. just relax. Okay, just relax and see how stress vanishes. If you can join any of meditation programs, go ahead and join. Meditation is an excellent tool to fight back stress. Okay, be a team player. Be a team player. Always be supportive. No one wants to be a leader. Sorry, I mean to say everyone wants to be a leader, but no one wants to be a team player. If you are a very good team player, then definitely you will be a very good leader. And next thing is the art of saying no. Yeah, don't blindly agree for all the things under the sky that I will do it. Don't take things beyond your capacity. Don't take things beyond your capacity. Always remember, quality is also important. Okay, quality of work is always highly appreciated. So you need to have quality work. Okay, next, empathy. What is empathy? Looking at the things from other person's perspective. Looking at things from other person's perspective. Right. Now, let us take an example. Let us say I am the boss and I have given a task to my subordinate. Unfortunately, whatever the task I assigned to the subordinate did not complete it in the given time frame. He did not finish. So obviously, as a boss, what will I do? I will outburst because I am stressed. My work is not completed, and I will revert. I will shout back at my subordinate. What is this? I gave you a simple task and you didn't complete it in the time frame. As a boss, I may be right, but I should also take care. If the other person, if my subordinate has not completed the task, why couldn't he complete that task? I need to look in from my subordinate's point of view. Okay, so before you burst out on your subordinate, have a calm mind and ask the subordinate. It has never happened. Whenever I gave you a task, you completed the work before time. This time, how come it failed? Then the subordinate may give you a reason. That is valid or invalid, that's a second thing. Always have empathy. Empathy is another prime quality of a very good leader. And this will help you to reduce the stress. Okay, and the next one is emotions. Watch your emotions. If someone is angry all the time, so when he is angry all the time, what is he doing? He's burning out his energy. He's burning out his energy. And when you burn too much of energy, it will have a negative impact on your emotions. Okay. Next, prepared to handle the unexpected. Yeah. So often we said our preparation would be good, our planning would be good, everything is fine. But though everything is fine, sometimes unfortunately things go against us. Okay, then don't get dejected. Don't get dejected. Take it as a challenge. Okay, take it as a challenge. Always have a backup plan. This works out, okay, fine, I'll reach the goal. If this doesn't work out, where will I land a problem? Okay, anticipate that problem beforehand. Have an idea, okay, if this fails, what is the second alternative I need to have? When you have such a planning, then the chances of getting into stress are less. Okay, so this is a very beautiful saying by Albert Hubbard. So he says, do not take life too seriously. Do not take life too seriously. You will never get out of it alive. You will never get out there of it alive. What does it mean? Life itself is full of ups and downs. Today you are happy, the next day what happens, God knows. No one knows. So if you're too serious, it will never happen. Like no one has stress in their life. Everyone has stress. It depends upon the capability of the person, how he is handling it. Okay, so whenever you have looked at your boss may look always happy. He may look always happy. A common man's tendency is, okay, this fellow is very rich, okay, he is well off, so he has no troubles. Do you think in reality is it so? No, there is nothing like free lunch in this world. Everyone has to handle it. Everyone has to handle the stress. Everyone has to handle the stress, and we need to handle it in a better way. Thank you. That was a wonderful session.